organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
With spring in full swing, students on campus are taking full advantage.
And our furry friends love the sun as much as we do. But what risks come with outdoor outings?
Is spring here to stay? Find out in my weathercast.
Coming up in sports, bats, clubs, and rackets are swinging strong for the Hawk fans. Find out how Iowa finished over the weekend.
Good evening and thanks for tuning in to Daily Iowan TV. I'm Bradley Martin.
And I'm Nikki Crossway.
On Friday, Daily Iowan TV had the opportunity to sit down with President Bruce Harreld. While Harreld said he was grateful and appreciative of all of the help he's received from the community since coming to the university, he noted that there are still issues to conquer.
The big issues are resource allocation. We've got to allocate our resources more wisely. Hence the whole conversation of what are the filters, how are we going to sort that out. I think there's a real spirit of teamwork that came through that. I think everyone felt like it was a productive first step in a new era, if you will.
And while former President Sally Mason has tried to create success with her 6-point plan to combat sexual assault on campus, Harreld acknowledges that the progress can still be made.
I think
Daisy, when you're doing your
whole issue of campus safety keeps coming back over and over. We will never be finished with that. It's a journey. We're going to keep doing it and keep focusing on it. We've moved on from the 6-point plan. I think we've got a lot of that accomplished. On the other hand, it's still a big issue, and we've got more to do.
Following investigations looking into Title IX accusations, Harreld says that the university is cooperating and that having an outside person reviewing athletics will be beneficial to everyone.
Into everything. And good for them. And they've met with also our athletic director, who's been shepherding, and his whole staff, shepherding that whole process. And we welcome it.
Harreld also touched on not relocating funding from academics to athletics and potential homes for the new art museum. The temperatures are not the only thing rising in Iowa City. Local protests are heating up too. The campaign to organize graduate students on the University of Iowa's campus spent their 20th anniversary speaking out towards prospective students on walking tours. COGs brought up issues over faculty compensation and other UI changes. The group says the UI faculty needs to unionize to increase funding for higher education and to highlight the existing inequalities between faculty members currently. UI graduate students have some of the highest salaries in the Big Ten, while the faculty have some of the lowest. This is despite the school's nearly $270 million in profits in 2015.
Tensions at Friday's Board of Regents hearing nearly reached a boiling point. Students, faculty, and community members are calling for a new board president. Board President Bruce Rassler and President Pro Tempore Kaylee Mulhunt are both seeking re-election for their positions. During even-numbered years, on May 1st is the deadline to elect new board members.
If you know someone hoping to be a Hawkeye in the fall, let them know the clock is ticking to pay their acceptance fee. Future Hawkeyes must pay the $250 acceptance fee by the May 1st deadline, or they will have their admission canceled. If they still want to attend the UI, they can reach out and request to be placed on a wait list. Application and acceptances to the UI have skyrocketed for the 2016-2017 school year. This will force the school to strictly follow the deadline.
In the springtime, seasonal sickness doesn't only apply to humans. Canine influenza is on the rise. According to the Center for Disease Control, the dog flu is a type A influenza virus found in most dogs. The most common symptoms is an extended canine coughing spree. Dog flu most commonly spread when a dog comes into close proximity with an already affected dog. This can happen at the groomers, in the kennel, or even at your local dog park.
I went to Chicago with my dog. I was recommended to get the dog flu shot. So we did get one strand of a flu shot for our dog. But it really hasn't seemed like it's prevalent in Iowa like it is in Illinois, so I haven't been too concerned about it.
The CDC urges you to make an appointment with a local veterinarian if your dog develops a cough. Well, Nikki, I certainly enjoyed the beautiful weather this weekend.
That's right, Brad. I hope it's here to stay. Let's get an update from Daisy Lee in the weather studio. Daisy?
Thanks, Brad and Nikki. I have also been enjoying the spring weather. I spent yesterday outside sipping lemonade. Let's take a look at the weather to see if the beauty is here to stay. Monday morning, expect the temperature of 79 degrees. Monday afternoon is 76, and Monday evening cools back down to 57. Not too shabby. Taking a look into your extended forecast. Tuesday, we have a high of 71 and low of 58, with a shower or two there. Wednesday and Thursday, things cools off slightly, but still hanging close to that 67 degrees mark. Expect a Friday weekend high of 71 and a Saturday high of 77 degrees. Looks like a good week to get outside and enjoy the weather. That's all I have for you in the weather studio. Back to your guys at the desk.
When the weather is this nice, Iowa City flocks outdoors to soak up the warm sun. It appears that winter is finally over, although it's not officially summer yet. It definitely feels like it is today with temperatures in the 80s. As you know, prior to last week, the temperatures were a little lower with cloudy skies and rain. This weekend is the perfect time for people to do outdoor activities and get a little bit of that sunshine.
I would say, yeah, I do like spring. Like, I'm tired of I hate the cold. I hate the cold. I'm over it. Like, I like this weather being outside. I like being outside. So I would say that I do like spring a lot.
Yeah, I like spring. Just walking to class in general is just so much more enjoyable. You see everyone out on the lawns today just enjoying the nice weather. And so, yeah, I do like spring.
Yeah, I like spring, like short seasons coming out. I could finally hang up my hammock, so I'm excited about that. So it's just really good weather.
While you enjoy the warmer weather outside, remember to keep sunscreen close by to shield your skin from sunburn.
The strongest earthquake to hit Ecuador in decades has destroyed towns along the Pacific coast. Officials say nearly 250 people are dead and over 1,500 injured. While devastation has not only come from homes and lives lost, many towns are also dealing with the high level of looting following the quake. The country has deployed 10,000 soldiers and over 4,000 national police to towns near the earthquake's epicenter.
While many in the United States do spring cleaning of their homes, one president is doing so in the prisons. President of Myanmar has pledged to release political prisoners as part of democratic change. Following his election for more than 100 political released prisoners, and more detainees are still awaiting trial for release. He's leading the country's first freely elected government by having half a century of direct or indirect military control.
Oil ministers of many OPEC member countries and some outliers met Sunday in Qatar to discuss a potential freeze of oil production. The proposed freeze is hoped to help stabilize crude oil prices, which have been on the rise since February. While ministers did meet Sunday, an agreement was not reached with no further plans of negotiation. Without an agreement, investors will likely push prices lower when markets open Monday, which will put an added strain on government budgets.
It was certainly a beautiful weekend for Hawkeye sports.
Definitely was, Brad. Let's check in with Alyssa in the sports studio to find out the final scores.
Thanks, Nikki and Brad. The Hawkeyes were busy swinging away this weekend. We have more on all of that coming up, but first we start with men's tennis. 67th ranked Iowa hosted number 59 Purdue on Friday to kick off their last homestand of the season. Tennis got off to a hot start Friday night, but could not put away Purdue in double contest. The Boilermakers won the double contest on 2 out of 3 courts and took an early lead thanks to strong play from Gergely Mendarez and Benjamin Ugarte.
I thought in the doubles we had pretty good control of first doubles. We were up 4-2, 40-15, or sorry, 3-2, 40-15 serving, and unfortunately lost that game. Couldn't make any first serves, and weren't able to pull that match out. A lot of close matches. You know, it's a point here or there, but all in all, I think the guys competed well, and hopefully we can build on that.
The Boilermakers were able to stop the one-court team of Lefty Theodoro and Josh Silverstein. Lefty and Silverstein put up close contests in their singles, both matches going to the third set with Lefty coming back down 5 games to force deuce. However, Purdue held out and Gergely Mendarez beat Lefty in 3, leaving 2 unfinished games on the court. Friday night's loss was Iowa's 5th straight Big Ten loss to a ranked opponent. We will have more on Sunday's home finale on Monday night's show. Heading over to Bob Pearl Field, Iowa women's softball met the Badgers for a series of games this weekend. And while the Hawkeyes came out on top on Saturday, it did not start off that way. Sports reporter Holly Reamer has more.
It was a beautiful evening here at Bob Pearl Field, but unfortunately, the Hawkeyes fell to their Big Ten rivals, the Wisconsin Badgers, in a close game. After the first 2 innings put 0 on the board, the Badgers made their mark early in the 3rd inning when a 3-run home run gave Wisconsin the lead by 3. The Hawkeyes fought to get the bat moving in the bottom of the 3rd and came back with 2 scores and eventually tied it up in the bottom of the 4th inning. With the score at 3-3, it was go time for both Big Ten teams. It wasn't until the 6th inning that Wisconsin pulled ahead again after 3 hits put 2 more runs on the board for a score of 5-3 Badgers. Senior Holly Hoffman put the team in position for a run, and thanks to sophomore Angela Schmitterer, the Hawks put up 1 more run on the board for a score of 5-4, a 1-run ball game.
Went up to bat knowing that it was we play a game of failure, so most likely I was going to make the last out of the game. So once I accepted that, I didn't really feel any pressure.
In the end, it was the Badgers who came out on top as the bottom of the 7th proved to be scoreless. Even so, head coach Marla Looper has high hopes for this team, and both she and the players are looking ahead with a winning mindset.
We'll practice hitting our spots a little bit better and practice the mistakes we made today.
Our kids battled tonight like they have the last few games, and we fell just a little short. I think one ball bouncing to the left, a kid barely catching another one would have made a big difference. There are a couple pitches back when we're on defense, but we just got to keep battling, keep plugging away. We'll see one of those 2 pitchers in the next 2 games, I feel, and I feel we were on both of them, and I think we got a great opportunity ahead of us.
This is Holly Reimer, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Saturday afternoon, the Hawks evened the series as junior pitcher Elizabeth Wiegand registered a complete game win in the team's 5-2 victory over the Badgers. However, the Hawks fell short on Sunday as the Badgers won 3-1, winning the series. We'll have more on Sunday's matchup on Monday night show. Now swinging over to the golf course, men's golf hosted the Hawkeye Invitational after Saturday's 1st and 2nd rounds. The Hawks held 4th place in a tight tournament. Senior Nate Yankovic carded 1st and 2nd round totals of 68 and 71 to lead his team and continued the momentum with 4 of his last 5 rounds at par or better, and then hitting a double eagle on hole 11.
On 11, I hit a great drive down the middle of the fairway after actually bogeying 10. Had 213 yards in, and it just felt like a good 6-iron. So, I hit 6-iron, pushed it a little bit. It was going, right at the stick. And I see it kind of bounce just barely on the green, and then bounce up in the air, and then trickle, and then it just disappeared. And then everyone went nuts. It was such a great feeling. I mean, that's probably the longest shot that I've pulled out in my life. And to make an albatross, that's the first time I've ever done that. And to do it at the home event, couldn't ask for anything more. I played solid all day, minus really 1 hole. I mean, I had a little minor debacle on 10 in the 2nd round. But other than that, I played really solid golf. I mean, it was windy this afternoon. Just played the par 5s extremely well. Played the par 4s well, and just, I had very good control of my golf ball the whole day.
Nate was steady all day long. He managed himself really well, took advantage of the par 5s, hit a lot of really good golf shots. He did have the slip up on number 10, but he didn't really make any bad decisions there. He just kind of got into a little bit of trouble and couldn't get himself out, but he bounced back and he birdied the next hole and then played a really good back 9 to put himself in position for
The Hawks finished in 2nd place as they wrapped up the final round. Nate Yakovich continued his momentum and finished 3rd at the Invitational. That's all I have for sports tonight. Join us tomorrow night when we recap Sunday's softball finale and check out a special day for tennis. Back to you guys at the desk.
Well, folks, that's all we have for you tonight on Daily Iowan TV.
Be sure to check out our website, dailyiowan.com, for all the latest news. For Daily Iowan TV, I'm Nikki Crossway.
And I'm Bradley Martin. Good night.